Hi guys, we're going to take a few minutes to talk about fat loss and what it takes to do that so that you can figure out your own plan, which is really pretty easy. So in order to lose fat, you have to be expending more calories than what you're taking in, right? So you need to be in a caloric deficit. Now, how do you know what that looks like for you? So, got a few slides here. So for fat loss, to figure out what your caloric deficit is, we're going to start with your body weight. So for caloric deficit, you want to do 10 to 12 times your body weight in calories. So what does that mean? That means, for example, that a 200-pound person, 12 times body weight in calories would be 2,400 calories a day. 11 times the body weight would be 2,200 calories. 10 times the body weight would be 2,000 calories. So I always suggest to my clients that we start at the high end of the range. So start with the 12 times your body weight. So again, if you're that 200-pound person, it would be 2,400 calories a day. So you know that's what your caloric intake should be. Now, what do we do with the rest of that? Well, you want to start by filling in, we've got proteins, we've got carbs, and we've got fat. So we're going to start with protein. And what I want you to do is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So again, that same 200-pound person would need 200 grams of protein per day. So where do you go from there? How many meals do you like to eat? Just 3, 4, 5? How many a day do you want to eat? And so then you divide that 200, your protein goal, by the number of meals that you want to eat. And you start with that. From there, you fill in carbs and healthy fats. And a really simple way to do that is to use a website, a free website like myfitnesspal.com or calorieking.com. They're very, very user-friendly, and you simply put in, a little bit of required information, and it will break down the percent, how many calories you should have from carbs, fats, etc. So those websites, it's pretty easy to do it on your own. So let me back up. You've got the websites, you know where you need to start in terms of 10 to 12 times your body weight. Let's start at that 12 times your body weight. Go to MyFitnessPal or Calorie King and figure out what your meal plan is going to look like. And then you need to stick with it. You've got to give it 2 weeks of 100% compliance and see where you're at. If you're 100% compliant on those 2 weeks and you're not losing weight, then let's drop it from that 12% to maybe 11.5% or 11%. Again, then you've got to go through those 2 weeks of being 100% compliant to see if you've got fat loss, weight loss. And if you do, then you know you're on the right track because you've established your caloric baseline. So 10 to 12 times body weight, start on that higher end. If you start on the low end, if you go in right away and start at 10 times your body weight, eventually you're going to plateau. And then you really don't have anywhere to go, because going below that 10 times body weight is really not very healthy. So I think this gives you a good idea. Again, let me give you my little makeshift slides. For fat loss, 10 to 12 times body weight in calories. That's where we're going to start. 2 weeks compliance. See where you go. Now you've got to get your workouts in there. You've got to get cardio in there. 12 times your body weight, 11 times, 10 times. Let's start with that 12 times. And then go to MyFitnessPal or Calorie King and punch in those numbers, and it will come up and give you a very good idea as to where you need to go from there. but I always start with protein first. So if you have any questions, this is a great way to start. And, you know, summer is here. Memorial Day, we've got our unofficial kickoff to summer. So we all want to look good in those swimsuits and feel better. So here's a great start. All right, guys, thanks. And join me for my workouts. Thanks. Bye.